You already know we about to get this show going now. It's about that time. You know how we crank it up, man. Let's go ahead and crank this thing off. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we are back with another episode of One Time for the Fan. I'm your host, Jack Spade. And of course, I got my homeboy with me, Bodie 3000. Bodie, what's good, sir?
Another day in paradise, you know. Just trying to make sure I get my sleep. But it ain't happening.
Gotta get a lot of sleep, huh?
That ain't happening. Baby said,
Nah. Yeah, man. Those long nights being up, taking care of your kids, man. It's a good feeling, but it does cut into your sleep sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But it's always a good feeling, man. It's always a blessing with the kids. So
what up,
shout out to everybody who's jumping in. Shout out to everybody who's joining in. Shout out to everybody who is joining in. Got a lot to talk about tonight on One Time for the Fan. You know, them Falcons, Bodie. Training camp is heating up. Competition is getting crazy. Shout out to Chase in the chat. Shout out to Tim Riley. He's in here from Dirty Bird Nation. He's ready to hear about training camp. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Hit that share button. Hit that like button. One Time for the Fan on Facebook, on YouTube. Drop the links in here shortly for, of course, we're on Google Podcasts, and we're also on Spotify, and we're also on Anchor.fm, and we finna kick it up a notch and start, really pushing it out here. We're on another one called Stitcher. I never heard of Stitcher, but it's an account that you heard of Stitcher. So Stitcher is good for podcasts, and we own Stitcher too. So check One Time for the Fans Facebook page. I'll be able to post all the information so y'all can see on social media where we're at and what we're doing. You can listen to us. You can watch us. Facebook, YouTube, 8 o'clock, Wednesdays, Sundays. So we got a lot to go over. Plus, we got some pop-up shows coming up because the Falcons play next week on Friday. Pretty early, too. People's probably going to still be sending traffic by the time that game starts. It starts at 6. So it's kind of weird. But we will have some coverage of that after the Falcons-Lions game. So look for that Friday show. Chase will be back with us Sunday. Shout out to Chase. He did a good job on Sunday, Bodie. Yeah,
man. Shout out Chase.
Chase pulled up. One Time for the Fan. Of course, we're growing as a channel. So it was good to have another podcaster start up his podcasting ranks and join the team and help us out for a few episodes. So it's good to see Chase in the chat. Mitch, Tara Butler in the chat. First time listener, rise up man.
You're welcome, brother. Welcome
To the channel. We got some stuff to go over now, Bodie.
It's gonna be lit. You picked a good show.
Pick the good show every Wednesday and Sunday, and then tell you them pop-up shows getting ready to start happening. So we about to get active, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, hit that share button. First time here, subscribe to that channel. It's on YouTube. We was at 34 subscribers one day, and the next day we had 114 subscribers. So we moving now. We moving. The podcast is definitely doing pretty well, and a lot of Falcon fans love it. They enjoy it. They get to bring their thoughts and opinions to the chat, talk about it. But we also got some topics here to go over tonight too as well. Tim Riley, shout out to you. Rise Up Tours in the chat. Got some information for the Rise Up Tour tonight. So all you Rise Up Tour members that's here, that's traveling to some away games, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe. We got some information for y'all coming up shortly about the Rise Up Tour. So, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Goddamn training camp, man.
Heard it's been getting spicy.
It's getting real spicy out there at training camp. Last we talked was Sunday, and the Falcons didn't have the pads on. And Monday, Tuesday, and today, things got rolling. Of course, some Falcons fans seen a lot of footage. Shout out to everybody who was out there repping the Falcons at training camp. I'll be back on Friday to give y'all some footage too as well. But a lot happened starting on Monday, right? Terry Fontenot spoke, right? He gave us some update on Deion Jones. And it was, of course, Mondays when we found out that Vincent Taylor, too, as well, our nose tackle, is ruptured Achilles. He's out for the season. So very sad news, Falcons fans, that Vincent Taylor, a player who had some opportunities in the past, but some injuries held him down. He had an opportunity to get some solid reps already with the first team in training camp, and he had an opportunity to make this team, but now he's no longer going to be able to make this team. He's out for the season. Give some opportunities to some of the other nose tackles and defensive tackles that I'll mention here shortly. But with that news right there, Terry Fontenot also spoke about Deion Jones. I know you heard the news about him.
Yeah.
The failed trades.
Yeah.
It's looking like, Deion might be here for a while, unless they get a trade in. I think people was looking at the Cowboys because of Quinn to be a trade destination. The Cowboys just signed Anthony Barr today, middle linebacker.
So they not. Yeah.
4-time Pro Bowler. So if you're looking at Deion going to the Cowboys, I mean, Deion's pretty young. He still wants to get some starting reps. He doesn't want to be coming off the bench. So with this Falcons defense, it's possible. With 3-4, 5-2, however you want to run it, you're going to need some linebackers. You're going to need some linebackers to get after it in the run defense. You're going to need some linebackers to get downhill when it's time to get to the quarterback. And you're going to need some ones to cover in the pass coverage too as well. Deion Jones, from looking at these names of Nick Kowalski and Rashard Evans, Zoe Carter, these guys are getting downhill. And one thing that I was told last week at training camp is, Falcons don't stop the run and they don't run the ball well. They brought in some big bodies now who can assist in this 3-4, this scheme to get downhill and stop the run. Get some tackles for loss, get some sacks, get some shit going on in the backfield, which we haven't seen in a long time. Bodie, the word about Deion Jones, possibly, he could be a Falcon now, starting out. The season starts. Any update of your knowledge about Deion Jones so far? I mean, do you want the Falcons to continue to try to trade him, or do you want them to just say, hey, you know what? He is a linebacker we got to look into to probably be here for a while. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think at this point, I mean, you hear stories like this, they usually end up with the player leaving. Like, especially if they trying to move him, and it's plain as day. I wouldn't doubt it if Deion played this year, and we got rid of him next offseason or something. But I don't think he's gonna be a lifer. I'll say that. I love Deion though. He was struggling to get into his system, and that's the thing. It's a different system for him, man. And in the right system, he can thrive, and we seen it. We've seen it. So I just want the best for Deion, man, wherever that is. And he want to be here in the A, that's cool. If he want to go to future endeavors, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? So I just want the best for that guy. Plus, he a Jones, so he in the family.
I know. The one thing you're just not hearing a lot with Coach Smith and Terry, I mean, they're really behind the scenes type of coaches and GMs. They don't really have to put a lot out there into the media, but they're not really saying, well, we want Deion here. Well, we'd love to have Deion back. Well, we'd love to make Deion. Well, as soon as he gets going, we're ready to go. You're not hearing that. So I'm thinking about it, it's like, well, maybe they are trying to trade Deion, and if they're stuck with him, then they're just stuck with him. But Pease, you've heard Pease talk. They asked the question. I mean, you don't hear that fire for Deion. You know, like you heard for Grady. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want Grady here. You know, he's our guy. You know what I'm saying? But I hope if they do make a resolution soon about this, they've come to an agreement and Deion decides to stay on the team, he's here. You know, but at the moment, we got to go on with what the Falcons are doing on the field because Deion ain't out there. Yeah. So Monday now, we're going back to Monday. Brian Edwards, he had a shoulder injury. So Falcon fans were like, oh, shit, no, not another injury. He was back at camp on Tuesday. So he was good. And he had the yellow shirt on. Of course, you know, with the yellow shirt over the jersey, don't hit him. Don't rough him up. The pads were on too as well. Going back to Monday, Terry spoke about still looking at players available around the league, watching camps, watching the waiver wire. This is Monday, right? With the news of Vincent Taylor. You know, you heard that throughout the day. I don't think it came out early Monday morning. It came out more into the day that Vincent Taylor was done for the season.
It was later.
Hearing Terry speak about that on Monday, Tuesday now, Arthur Smith now says moves will be made, right? Just I ain't gonna say his whole conversation, but some of the key words he said moves will be made regarding the Vincent Taylor situation. So you hear Terry speak about that Monday. Vincent Taylor's out. Maybe you had that plan for Vincent to be your nose tackle. And because he's not here no more, moves will be made. So is it the players coming up, the Horn, other nose tackle, the Dalton, Anthony Rush? Is it them that become one of the starting nose tackles here or defensive tackles? Or is it you're looking, you know, you're looking at another player on a different team? Terry made the Brian Edwards move.
He watching.
So Terry's scouting rosters, and that scouting department still, you know, being active. You know, the 53 is not out yet. First cut come the 16th, I think. So you're still watching rosters, Bodie.
Yeah,
that's your boy Terry. What you got to think about that, man? Terry's saying that, you know, players are available around the league, and we're watching the waiver wire, we're watching camps, scouting department's active. Talk to us about that, Bodie.
Yeah, I think he's watching. He's just watching, seeing what player comes up, like the Edwards situation. The Edwards situation was an odd man out, and he just so happened to be 23 or 24 years old, so he saw potential in him growing with the team. So he went to trade it for Edwards. That was smart because Terry been making smart moves all off season ever since he's been here. So best believe he's watching rosters. He's seeing what's happening. He's seeing who's beating who. He's looking at talent that can grow with the team. I think that's more important. I'm hearing a lot of folks saying they want us to sign Ndamukong Suh. They want us to sign
$10 million deal for 1 year. That's tough,
man.
You don't have you have about
35-year-old.
Yeah.
For a 35-year-old, no. I don't think I'm just looking. It's like, look what Terry's done this offseason. He has signed young guys. The guys, the oldest guy I think he signed was 20, maybe 28. I'm probably not thinking straight, but at least 28. I ain't seen nobody over like 28 because he wants them to grow with the team. He wants them to he wants them to be in their prime. It's about the prime age. So like he's doing. He's just being smart about it, okay? And it ain't about going get the best tackle out there. It's about getting a young guy and bringing him in with us and growing, seeing if he's gonna have a spot in the future. And that's what Terry's on. So everybody in the chat, if y'all think we're going to sign a Ndamukong Suh or any of these other old MNFers out here, it ain't gonna happen.
You can get a Linville Joseph. We spoke about that a couple weeks ago. I mean, he's a veteran that's very cheap, but
unless I think only way they'll sign a vet like that is if he got some connection with one of the coaches or one of the, you know, staffers. Like they go back, like way back, and you want to bring in a vet to help the young guys get better. But I'm telling you, it's all about young guys. If they're gonna find a young D tackle or nose tackle to bring in, they will. That's what Eddie Goldman was. That's why I'm sure they were looking at Hakeem Hicks before he signed with that other team. Like he was looking at these younger guys.
That'd have been a nice deal to bring Hakeem Hicks over here before the Bucks got him.
Yeah, so like he's looking at younger guys that can grow the team.
So with Taylor out, you got Anthony Rush now, who can fit the scheme. Will he make the team? We'll find out. Darian Daniels, who they signed, who came over from San Francisco.
Yeah.
This guy Timothy Horn, undrafted free agent, has been getting a lot of
Is that the guy
recognition
from
at practice? Huh? Yeah, he's from I think Nebraska.
Okay.
Jared Dalton. You have another guy. Now here goes the guy from Penn State, the one that I spoke about. I posted on One Time for the Fans Facebook page. Derek Tangelo, right? Nose tackle, came from Penn State, has the chip on his shoulder, played with Arnold Ebiketie.
Yep.
And he's been heating it up at training camp.
Like to hear it.
So you didn't hear about him last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Even when I was out there Friday, Saturday, didn't hear much about him. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, he was active. Very much so, where you saw the video, Falcons fans, of Jalen Mayfield. The guy he was going up against in the 1v1s is Derek Tangelo. Derek Tangelo also had a good start going up against Drew Dahlman, but he was out there getting some heavy reps. Derek Tangelo.
They want to see
Falcons
what he got.
fans. Next week, Friday, I'm going to give y'all some players to watch. Derek Tangelo is one of them from Penn State. Has an opportunity to make this roster, especially with the Vincent Taylor situation. They're trying to find the right guy to plug next to Grady.
Yeah.
All right. So I heard some people say, well, what about the edge or the DNs? There's going to be a lot of nose tackles and D tackles on this line too as well. Tyquan Graham, where is he going to play? Marlon Davidson?
Yeah.
We're naming other players outside of these two guys. Hell, Nick Thurman got some reps today. We haven't talked about him.
No,
so, stars will be made, but this is all on Monday now. So Terry speaking about he's excited for Ritter and Mariota, and we're going to go to the chat here shortly. But also some more competition battles, some more things y'all need to look for. Elijah Wilkinson is getting first team reps from the moment the sun comes up. Happened last week, carried over to this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as we go over these notes for training camp, Elijah Wilkinson was your starting guard again. So Falcon fans, maybe this is an improvement that we're looking for. Elijah Wilkinson is now possibly your starting new guard. And guess what? Since Monday, guess who else is splitting reps? Drew Dahlman, heavy at center. So we could be looking at Matthews, Wilkinson, Dahlman, Lindstrom, and McGarry. That could be your new starting line going into week 1 versus the Saints.
Yeah, that's for sure. And
this is all on Monday with the first team reps. So Elijah
Afeti's still fighting though.
Afeti's fighting, but every time I catch a post and every time, and shout out to the Falcoholic. He's been posting some good content, letting Falcon fans see what's going on. We'll be there Friday, so I'll give y'all some good content too as well. But Drew Dahlman getting heavy reps at center. And Falcon fans, this is probably what you need. You want competition? You want some battles? You want some new people winning starting position jobs? There goes 2 right there in your offensive line.
Yep.
They said 3 spots were up for grabs. We're looking at 2 changes right now, probably. Elijah Wilkinson at guard, Drew Dahlman at center. Drew Dahlman did split last season with Matt Hennessy, but no, they're looking for that true center now.
Yeah.
We haven't had one since Alex Mack. Falcons fans. So, and before that, Todd McClure. So we need that dominant center in the middle. Could it be Drew Dahlman? Could it be? Could it be Drew Dahlman, Bodie? What's the word? What's your thoughts right now on Elijah Wilkinson getting the first team reps? Drew Dahlman getting these first team reps. What's your thoughts on that?
Bro, I just like to see the best man win. Like, of course, we wanted to see Mayfield go out there and fight, and look like Mayfield ain't getting the confidence because the thing I read was that he had to work on some stuff. That's what coach said. Hey, we're gonna work. We're gonna coach him up. We're gonna work. He gonna work on some stuff, and then we'll come and revisit this later. Is basically what coach said about Mayfield. So they got all they focus on Elijah right now, being that guy at guard. Dahlman and Hennessy, they fighting right now. So we're gonna see what happens there. I like competition. I just like to see it. Hey man, best man win. That's it.
Falcon fans will probably look at it and say, well, Mayfield is going to get the starting job. He was there from last year. Elijah Wilkinson, as training camp has started since last week, pretty much has been the starter since Thursday.
Yep.
Right.
That ain't. But if they really believed in Mayfield, then Mayfield would have been in the first team.
You also wasn't hearing about this, Falcon fans, back during minicamp. Who wasn't hearing about Elijah Wilkinson like that?
Mm-mm.
You heard about the battles of what could happen with Schaefer. They drafted him, and they got this guy Gassett. I can't remember what the other guard's name is who's fighting for a job.
Yeah.
But now you hear Elijah Wilkinson's name for a 6th consecutive day.
Yeah.
Starting at guard, which means probably next week, Friday, even against the Lions, you'll get some reps of Elijah Wilkinson with the first team. If they decide to play the first team for half the first quarter, however, Yeah. The Lions is a good game that you can actually show up with your starting line, Mariota, Drake London, and okay, we can get out this game, either with a win or we can get this game healthy. This is the Lions we're talking about here, If you're playing like the Bills in preseason or something, it's a different story.
I'm just saying we're gonna see more than one drive of starters. It's gonna be like 3, or 4, maybe. You're gonna see a good bit, maybe the first quarter. I don't know. But
one time for the fan, we'll have that show ready for y'all next week, Friday, too, as well for that Falcons game.
Great.
Jared had a good practice. Go ahead, Bodie.
I was just saying, it's a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Mm-hmm.
In that game, when that game, them lights on, even if it is preseason, they all playing. So we're gonna see.
It's football, folks. Football starts back tomorrow. Jags and Raiders tomorrow. So football's
I didn't
back.
even know that. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Hall of Fame game. Jags and Raiders.
I'm starving for football. I'm watching that bullshit.
Going also to finish up Monday before we get to Tuesday. We also got Bodie's breakdown coming up. Got some more things to talk about here tonight. Grady Jarrett had a good Monday. Darren Hall with a good Monday. Brian Edwards is out. Bird and Frank Darby stepped in Monday and got some really good reps. Will Bird and Darby make the team? Dez is really excited. He posted in the chat about the touchdown that they had at camp with Mariota to Bird. I think Bird can possibly make the team. Darby is going to be pretty tough. But that was all Monday, pretty much what you guys saw. You saw some videos. I know Falcon fans are really in tune with, training camp right now. So there were some videos and some coverage, some photos that you guys seen. Now, going to Tuesday now, right? Now, Arthur Smith says now that moves will be made. Of course, the information about Vincent Taylor had came out. He's out for the season. Hearing that moves will be made. We don't know if they're going to go for a free agent. We don't know how they're going to look at this. They got some young guys right now in the room who can possibly win this job. Tuesday was also the day that we saw the video of Mayfield getting beat bad against Derek Tangelo, which put me on that players to watch list to say, hey, Derek Tangelo, this guy you got to watch this guy because that video only showed just half of it. He had some more reps that day where he was going off. You understand? And this is the name to watch next week, Friday, against the Lions. If you want some players to watch, I'm going to give y'all some information on this too as well shortly. One-on-one, Grady Jarrett and Chris Lindstrom. Lindstrom holding his own from the notes that I got here. Lindstrom having a good, solid one-on-one versus Grady. We also saw that was pretty good, right? To know that Lindstrom is holding it down, right?
Yeah, good. Love it. I love Lindstrom.
Lindstrom is going to be your Falcon for life.
Yeah, him and Matthews, that little wall right there. I like that shit.
Kyle Pitts, you saw the touchdown that he had.
I saw him toasting people. Oh my god!
It's Kyle.
Michael Walker got fucking burned. Separation, like it's crazy.
I don't know if you guys have seen some lag or anything. If you guys are seeing any lag, just let me know in the chat. I don't know. I know there's a storm coming. I can hear the thunder. It's getting pretty loud out there.
Lightning and the thunder.
Yeah. We're going to check the chat here shortly. Mariota also looking good on both days of camp. So keep that in mind too, Falcons fans. He's just starting to
that squirrel been chewing on your wires too much. You can't afford a storm. You can't afford a storm. One good little it's over with.
Go into the chat here. It happens. Lisa Shepard's here. Rise Up Tours here. Lisa Shepard, join me and Maggie T, AFN tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Kelly Price. Kelly Price from Fox 5. She's going to be joining y'all. Shout out to Kelly Price.
Check that out, y'all.
Yeah, definitely. AFN Network. Check them out. AFN Maggie T, Network. Lisa Shepard. Kicking it in with Kelly Price. Ladies leading the way in sports now. Shout out to Kelly Price and AFN, Maggie T, Lisa. Kelly Price apparently has a new show with another female, Tori, the Falcons rider. It's going to be on Fox 5. That's pretty cool, you know. So Falcons fans, a lot's going on this season. Lisa Shepard, training camp was fun. Chase Cravy's in the chat. You know we love going to the chat now. Hit them comments up. Deep defensive tackle room. Time for someone to shine. They got some players out there.
Yeah, we got some folks.
Jeff Schultz telling the truth. Didn't hear that report from anyone else. Jeff Schultz. He was talking about I think it's about the Deion Jones situation. Jeff Wolf, you know what he wants. He talked to me at training camp the other day. Jeff Wolf showing up to training camp at 1:30, setting the record. 1:30 in the morning.
Shout out to Jeff, man. Shout out. This is dope.
Jeff was just chatting to me about 20 minutes ago about trading Deion.
But does he not want Deion to go?
He's like, get him out of here. Him, Calvin, Jeff is really he's pretty strong on what he believes, and he's like, hey, get Calvin and get Deion back.
They brought it up about the Calvin thing. I don't want to get into it, but like, yeah, Calvin coming back next year, that would be.
Falcon fans got a lot to go over, man. That's be something else if Calvin come back. We've been doing this podcast for a while now. We haven't even really mentioned Calvin Ridley like that. You feel me? Like we have moved on from this.
His ass got his ass suspended. That's why, God damn it, disappointed me. Oh.
Tim Riley, man. Tim Riley checking in from Alabama. Heard we would bring in several defensive tackles and nose tackles sooner than later. I heard Sheldon Richardson, Gerald McCoy, Corey Peters, depending on the money we want. Corey Peters. Our Corey Peters?
You mean like
drafted this guy
6 years ago? Corey Peters?
Like 15 years ago.
That shit. It seemed like he was there when Vic was there. That's how long he said.
If I'm not mistaken, Sheldon Richardson, he signed with. I got to double check. I think he signed with somebody, but it is possible they bring in some players. I think they have one or two roster spots available, but cuts are on the way. So we'll see what they do, Tim Riley. We talked about it in the Dirty Bird Nation group. It's always good chatting with you too as well. But we'll see what they do now. Like we mentioned some names. They have some nose tackles and so they have some players available who can take Vincent Taylor's spot. Right? Yeah, so look at this Derek Tangelo guy. He's a
But
Derek Tangelo,
yeah. So you see, we got some in-house talent.
Believe the shoulder was a lot to do with Deion not making the tackles. We did speak about that. As you can see now, the shoulder surgery, it looks like Deion didn't want to lean in there. He probably was about 60% during the season. Because if he was 100%, you would have gave it way more than that. Some of those tackling opportunities you had. I saw too many missed tackles, and missed wrap-ups. Like he had the hand on them right there, or some of them Deion Sanders tackles from Deion, like trying to go for the legs and trip tackle. Like
Coach P
stand them up, Deion.
He ain't going for that shit. He probably was on his ass.
Shout out to the Red Swarm in the building. Rise up to her. They tried to move him, but he needs surgery. That's why he on the PUP list.
It'd be like that.
Second preseason game, you're going to see moves plus wait until the final 48 roster, final 53. They're going to make some cuts on the 16th. So right after that, the Falcons game is on next week, Friday. So that following Tuesday, players going to get the call. Hey, can you bring your playbook to the front office, please?
Yeah, the key card ain't going to work no more.
Not the key card. Shout out to Dave in the chat. Dave, man, good to see you again, Dave.
Yeah, what's up, Dave? What's going on, man?
Dave checking in, man. Shout out to Dave, man. He's been with us here for a while, man. Shout out to Dave.
Yeah, he a day oneer. He definitely been a legacy.
Shout out to Lisa Shepard. We do not have Sue money.
What she say? We do not have Sue money?
Yeah, we don't have Sue money. We're not giving up $10 million. We only have like $12 million left on the books.
He's worth $10 million.
With $12 million right now in the books, you can get $2 or 3 players.
10 years ago. Probably more than that. He ain't that.
Shoe strikes me as a moody guy, and losing a few games might cause him to crack and kill in the locker room.
No, we don't need that damn attitude in here. We know how he is. No, it's a young team. We sign him, he'll instantly be the oldest guy on the team, too. That's another thing. Timothy Horn.
Yeah. We're getting ready to head up to Bodie's breakdown. We got a couple more segments to talk about tonight. We love talking about we love going to the chat. In my opinion, the number one position we need is nose tackle, D tackle. We need to finally put a player that can help push the line and let our linebackers hit the holes. That is a position I guarantee you they're looking at unless something happens with a player getting hurt. We hope it doesn't happen, but D tackle or you're another edge rusher or an offensive guard. But if Elijah Wilkinson is your guy going forward, then that Quentin Spain talk of, signing a guy off the street who's still available, who's still decent. Personally, I would go sign Quentin Spain just because. You know what I'm saying? Just to have him on the damn roster. Because Quentin Spain's a pretty good damn guard. You know, how he's still sitting at home, I don't know the situation behind it. But I think he's a pretty good damn guard. If you want to build on your competition, you got the money to go get him, make a call or two. You know, who knows what's going on behind the scenes, though. Jeff Wolf, Tangelo getting some print. Tangelo's putting in work out there, man. I'm telling you, I posted about him the other day. Rise Falcons, the one time for the fan page.
There you go. Get that Tangelo jersey.
Tim Riley, Dave, Rise Up Tour. Everybody's in the chat. Coy Bishop is here. He's in the chat. Joseph Avery's here. He's in the chat. What are we going to do go after a D lineman who's left out there? They got a couple bodies left out there.
Yeah. I personally hope Terry trade for a younger guy. At least bring some more young blood in here. Because I'm sorry, I'm not with the old cats right now. Just not.
Big B Luke in the building. Arthur Smith said they have 10 other D tackles. We have a lot of D tackles, though.
We do got a lot. I will say that.
What we going on here? Harold Poole is in here with the F. Matt Ryan chats. Jeff Wolf. Let's all have respect here, everybody. Let's all have respect here, everybody.
He's back.
One time for the fan. Going to Chase here. Drew Dalman is the new regime pick. They want to see him flourish. I believe they want Dalman at center. They probably do want Dalman at center. They're giving him more first-team reps than Hennessy, but we will find out.
Yeah. They like Dalman.
Less in about a month.
They like Dalman.
Because you're going into week 1 already knowing your starting lineup by pretty much preseason game 3 against the Jags. Big Jags. Is it Jags?
Jags. Game 3?
Yeah, I think it's the Jags. So whoever we play, going into that last preseason game, you know who your starting line is. And we'll see a lot of it probably out there for the first and the second quarter of that Jags game.
Definitely will. They need
Big B.
They need the reps.
Lindstrom did not give up a sack last year. Lindstrom PFF rating was perfect. He did not give up a sack last year. I told y'all Falcons fans, he's going to get the bag. AJ Terrell and Chris Lindstrom is your next 2 Falcons players to get the bag. They're going to be Falcons for life. Jake Matthews is the Falcons for life. Grady Jarrett is the Falcons for life. You're going to lock in AJ Terrell. I would lock in Kyle Pitts and Chris Lindstrom. That we know for sure.
Sir.
Chat is going crazy tonight. We're about to get over here to Bodie's breakdown. We got a lot to go on. Rise Up Tours in here. Family Fun Day this Saturday. Come meet your traveling family. We had a good event last week, but the rain kind of messed things up. But guess what? Falcons fans were still there having a good time, enjoying themselves, had some good food. The music, playing off the little speaker because the DJ had to wrap it up. The rain kind of messed some things up, but weather looks to be good for this weekend. So come on out to the Rise Up Tour event. This weekend is free. Once again, you get a chance to meet some Falcon friends. I think Freddie the Falcon should be there too as well. So bring the kids out, have a good time, and enjoy that too as well. How much do you think we'll see of Mariota in our first preseason game? A half or less than that? I think Mariota does get probably close to a little bit less than first quarter. I think he'll probably get 2 or 3 series.
2 or 3 series is my thing. That's why I said all starters. I want to see all of them. I want to see. Ain't no 1 series. Ain't no nah. They're gonna be out there for at least 2 to 3 series, maybe the first quarter.
Here's the problem, and we're gonna get to this before we get to Bodie's breakdown. After Mariota comes out in the first quarter, Ritter has to play all 3 quarters, unless you decide to put Franks in your third and fourth quarter. And if somebody gets hurt, you don't have a backup quarterback. That's why I keep telling y'all Falcons fans, talking about Mariota going to get hurt and Ritter going to come in. This is preseason, and they only have the 2 quarterbacks on the depth chart, which means you want these quarterbacks to finish the game healthy.
Yeah. But I will tell you, I have no problem with Ritter running the rest of the game.
That is true.
He needs to. He needs all the reps he can get.
Give Ritter some reps. But I think going into camp, hopefully by next week, maybe they decide, let's bring in a quarterback just for preseason. You know what I'm saying? So that way Ritter can actually go to the bench in the third and fourth quarter, after having a solid second quarter or something, right?
Maybe they get Felipe out there to just throw a couple.
They probably would get Felipe out there, but then, you want to see him at tight end or quarterback? I want to see Felipe more at the tight end position. I think he could be
I'll drink my water on that.
He could be a solid pass catching tight end once he gets his route running down. Apparently, he pancaked somebody today at practice. And if he's getting these opportunities at tight end, he's got a little speed and he got some height to him too. I face to face with Felipe at camp. The boy, he got.
Okay, you went face to face.
He's tall now.
He was like
6'3".
Face to peck.
So shout out to Franks, man. He could have an opportunity. I mean, don't forget now, Coach Smith said he's the emergency quarterback, which means he is part of that 53.
He gonna get some reps. He gonna throw a couple passes. I see it.
Bodie's breakdown. Man, we having a good time tonight. The chat is lit. Chase is here. Foxy Noxy is in here. Shout out to Korea. Happy birthday. I know you can celebrate your birthday recently.
Happy birthday.
Shout out to Korea in the chat. Korea, you'll be seeing her at some home games. You'll be seeing her at some away games. Big time Atlanta Falcons fan. Chase, Rise Up Tour, Corey Bishop, everybody's here. Dave's here. We're in the chat. We're heading over to Bodie's breakdown, of course. Bodie's breakdown every Wednesday. Bodie gives us some information about the Falcons that you need to know regarding if it could be a player, it could be the helmets, it could be the throwback helmet, it could be some jerseys, it could be a home game, away game, it could be Falcon tailgates. We don't know what it is, but it is Bodie's breakdown. It's his opportunity here to let the Falcon fans know what he has to say here on One Time for the Fan. It's every Wednesday about 8:30. I know we went over a little bit tonight, but we are rolling. We're having a good time. We are 24 hours away from football starting back, and football will be going on up until February.
Crazy, right?
Crazy, right? College football, NFL. It's going to be crazy, right? So, Bodie's breakdown. Bodie, the platform is yours. We talked about Jalen Hawkins in the past. We talked about Casey Hayward. We talked about Zoe Carter. Man, D Coach Pease. What is Bodie's breakdown tonight, sir?
Don't call him Russell. But
don't call him Russell. I'm going to go to the comments through here when we're finished. But yes, Bodie's breakdown, sir.
All right. I just wanted to, go off the beaten path this week. I think this week I want to discuss specifically the Falcons away games. So I'm breaking down all of the away games for the
away
Falcons.
games.
Away games.
So, away games.
And this is I put some work into this. So
okay.
Y'all
I'm big for away games now.
I learn something.
I rock with the home games, but when you go on the road for some away games, Falcons family, Rise Up Tour family, y'all know we have a great time. Bodie will get a chance to experience that this year. So yes, Bodie's breakdown. Please tell us about the Falcons away games.
Oh man! All right, so let's start week 2 versus the Rams, Super Bowl champs.
That's gonna be a tough game.
Reigning Super Bowl champs. Just talking about what they got this offseason. The additions was Allen Robinson. That's one of the best receivers in this past decade. Like that's a guy to worry about. Mm-hmm. And Bobby Wagner, one of the best linebackers this past decade. Like they not falling off. There's some cats want to come play for them and win a ring. And subtractions, they lost Von Miller, but he got his ring and dip. But and Odell Beckham, he still might come back because Van Jefferson is hurt. So they did.
It's gonna be a tough game.
Yeah,
and you haven't mentioned one guy too as well. So 2 guys to mention, but go ahead.
Oh yeah. So just players to watch in this game is of course Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Ramsey. The running game, they got a good running back tandem with Henderson and Cam Akers. So we have to watch out for that when we play them. And of course we got to watch out for that man child, that damn number 99.
He's a whole team by himself, man.
Damn, man. That's best defensive player I ever laid my eyes on.
Can't hate on talent now.
Nah. All right, so the Rams, they ranked 9th in total offense last year. They were 5th in passing yards, but they were 25th in rushing. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of tough. So we know that they're not the best rushing team, but they ain't got a rush when you got Cooper Kupp and you got Stafford slinging it to all these receivers. So
it's going to be like a 30, 40-yard attempt game for Stafford. He's going off for that shit.
He definitely is. Mm-hmm. And they're on their defense, they were 17th in total yards allowed. Mm-hmm. 22nd in passing yards allowed but they were the 6th best rushing defense in yards allowed. So it's gonna be tough to run the ball against them. So that's that. Like we really gotta watch out for that. Now that's susceptible in the passing game, but running is gonna be tough. How the Falcons match up? I mean, like Aaron Donald's gonna be a menace. I mean, sheesh, like Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
and then the O-line's gonna have to work cut out for him, and then defense gonna have their work cut out for him because Cooper Kupp is not playing. Allen Robinson, he's a dog. Like they got some players out there, so it's gonna be a tough game.
Which is gonna be a tough one. Rise Up Tour got the information. There's a meet and greet in California. Any Falcons fans heading out to LA, we have a meet and greet Saturday night. The flyer's already out. I posted on the One Time for the Fan page. But yes, week 2 against the Rams, as you hear what Bodie's talking about here on Bodie's Breakdown, it's going to be a very tough game, Falcons fans. Bodie? Yes.
Yep. All right, so let's keep it moving. Week 3 versus the Seahawks.
That's a dub.
That's why I'm laughing.
That's a dub.
These cats suck. Okay, now let me stop. Their key additions was Drew Lock. Okay. Noah Fant. Both of them came over in the Russell Wilson trade. Kenneth Walker, rookie running back, he's solid. He was one of the best running backs in this draft. And Charles Cross is a tackle. He's one of the top tackles in this draft, so they got him. And their key losses is Russell Wilson.
Big loss.
Big loss. I mean, don't get no bigger than that. Even though they were ass last year and they had him. And Bobby Wagner. They lost Bobby Wagner. So
2 of the players that was on their Super Bowl squad from years ago.
Absolutely. So players to watch for is DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. 2 great receivers. I don't know how the hell they gonna get the ball, but they 2 great receivers.
Hey,
that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I hear you. But it's gonna be it's gonna be a good competition for AJ Terrell and Casey Hayward. I mean, that's gonna be a good matchup right there, definitely.
I like it. Whoever throwing it to him, and then and then Jamal Adams is safety, star safety out there. They got what's his name? The running back, Penny, Rashad Penny. He's been dude is a beast, man. I was slick hoping Atlanta signed him because the dude can run. At the end of last season, he had 100-yard games racked up. Like he was on a tear, and he was on my fantasy team, and he won me a championship. But like,
one thing Falcons fans to look for, especially when he's talking about Rashard Penny, like a Falcons journalist told me a couple weeks ago, or the other day at training camp, Falcons have trouble running the ball and they have trouble stopping the run.
He's gonna be a problem. Regardless,
week 1 be a problem. Trouble with the run game. Saints. Week 3, you're hearing about the run game too as well with Seattle. They might be a garbage team, but they're gonna run that ball because they know Drew Lock might not be able to throw that ball like you guys think. So that run game that run defense has to be on point week 3. We will also be there. One Time for the Fan, Rise Up Tour will be there in Seattle. Week 3, we have a meet and greet Saturday night. Once the details is set up and ready to go, I will post that too as well. Any Falcons fans traveling to LA or Seattle, we have some meet and greets there. So Falcons fans show up. Bodie?
Yep. I would mention they were 20th in total offense last season, but of course that was with Russell. They're probably going to be worse this year.
They will take our spot.
But they were 11th. I hope so. And they were 11th in rushing. So like I said, they can run the ball. Their defense is boo-boo. And they lost Bobby Wagner. They was 28th in total yards allowed with Bobby Wagner. 31st in passing yards allowed. So that might be good for Mariota. Hopefully he can have a good week. Because they didn't really get nothing to help. And 17th, middle of the pack in rushing yards allowed. All right, so as we move on week 5, we got Tampa Bay Bucks. Tampa Bay Bucks. These mother. Anyway.
Well, Falcons. We have to play them. There's no you can't run from this guy. Man. So week 5, yes. One Time for the Fan, Rise Up Tour. We're down in Tampa. We got another meet and greet. I'll post that information too as well. But yes, Bodie, please, week 5, Tampa, man. Talk about it.
Key additions. Shaq Mason, the guard, solid guard. I think they got him from the Patriots. Hakeem Hicks, we was hoping we got him, but didn't work out that way. Kyle Rudolph, solid tight end. Just had a lot of injuries over the years. 3 former Falcons.
Shit.
Keanu Neal. I didn't even realize he was there, but he's there. Russell Gage.
Who?
Yeah. And the real big who for Julio.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ. And and they got fat Leonard Fournette. I say he's an addition because the subtraction was skinny Leonard Fournette, because apparently this man is 260 pounds. And that's something we're gonna have to see how he gets through that.
He's playing running back and guard, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. That's a big dude. Anyway, Ali Marpat retired, so he's not there anymore. Rob Gronkowski apparently retired. He might show up for week 6.
He'll be back week 3 preseason.
I know, right?
That's why I'm not even just sweating anymore. I'm like, this he's coming back.
Yeah. And Ndamukong Suh, he's out there in the free agent market. Jason Pierre-Paul. But, both of them guys their glory days are behind them. Let's just say that. All right. Players to watch.
Severe injury, too, recently. With Ryan Jensen, their center.
Oh, yeah. You might as well say he's a subtraction, too, because he won't be playing this season.
Yep.
He's done. Players to watch. Tom Brady.
Is Julio on your players to watch?
He's not on my players to watch. I mean, all right. I'll say this. The only reason we watched him because he used to play for us. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's a player to watch. Okay. And he might be out of blood. You never know. I don't know why. He might not like this new regime.
I feel like Tom is going to, if he's active,
make sure.
He's gonna be like, he wants to get the ball to Julio just
like
because.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Tom do shit like that. He tried to hook up Antonio Brown. I'm gonna get you this. I'm gonna hook you up. He one of them. He's just that good. I hate to say it. He good.
Yeah.
Tom is good. He's the GOAT. Okay. We got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. That's a deadly duo. And then they got freaking Gage and Julio with them. Vita Vey and Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett had 10 sacks last year.
I think he was one of the top 5 linebackers in the league last year.
Bruh. Yeah. Shaq Barrett is no joke. He's no joke.
You got Barrett, Villa, and Hicks to worry about.
They were second in total offense. Second last year. First in passing yards with old-ass Tom Brady. They are first in passing yards.
Just turned 45 yesterday.
Yeah. And they were 26th in rushing yards. But, I wouldn't even pay attention to that because Tom Brady, the way he play quarterback, his dunks, his little dinking dunks is his run game. That's just how he's always
because that's when he's eating up them 2, 3, 4, 5 yards off that shit. You don't have to worry about the run game. He can get the little extra.
He be sitting in that lawn chair. He get that ball off real quick. He don't run. He don't run. He do because he don't get sacked. Slow as he is, anyway. But yeah. So their defense is 13th in total yards allowed. So they got a decent defense. They're 21st in passing yards. So that's where they're susceptible to be gotten over on. And they're 3rd in rushing. So it's hard to run on them. It's hard to run on them. So moving along.
I know. You're going. It's already week 5. I'm like, shit. I'm glad for the breakdown, though. You're giving me a lot more.
I'm trying to get y'all into it and try to let y'all know what we're looking for and what we got to go up against. I mean, shit, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fucking tough.
Week 5, we're past those Bucks now. Here we go.
Yeah, week 7, Bengals. Their key additions, and they didn't need much. They stacked anyway.
Yeah.
Their key additions was Alex Kappa. He's a guard, good guard. Ted Karras. I don't know. I might be butchering these names. I might be
butcher them. They don't play for us.
Yeah, they don't. Laleo Collins.
Oh shit! There's your Bengals fan in here. Here he is.
Who that? He come. Here he comes. No, shout out Ryan.
Put your Burrow jersey on, Ryan Foley.
shout out Ryan.
Shout out Ryan from the R&R Cat Cast. We had him on a couple weeks ago for the Troy Anderson Rookie Report. Our highest viewed video on YouTube.
Yeah,
so shout out to everybody who tuned in for that. Shout out to Ryan Foley. Yes,
shout
please.
Out Ryan.
Bodie, let's get past week 7 quickly.
Let's hurry up. All right, so I said that they brought in 3 linemen, to a guard, a center, and a right tackle. La'el Collins, he's solid. He's solid. Coming from the Cowboys, because Joe Burrow got sacked 70 times last year. 70.
Still made.
I was like to read.
Still made it to the Super Bowl.
They still made it to the Super Bowl. He was getting his ass sacked in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
And they still made it to the Super Bowl. So imagine you got a wall up. He's gonna stand up. The key losses. Oh, I'm not finished. They got Hayden Hurst. I know y'all know that.
Oh, they picked up Hayden Hurst too as well.
They picked up Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst.
So that's solid. And then they lost CJ Uzomah. And he was eating last year. Dude was
tight end.
Eating.
Yeah.
Yes, tight end. So Hayden Hurst gonna eat. He gonna eat. All right. So players to watch. They got a lot of players to watch. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon.
The Chase AJ Terrell matchup is what fans need to be looking for too as well.
And
Clemson, LSU.
Yeah. T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, good God, Trey Hendrickson. You know Trey Hendrickson? You know who that is?
He came from Detroit.
No.
He
played for the damn Aints.
Trey Hendrickson, the linebacker?
The DN.
The DN or whatever, man.
And he's a low-key beast. I looked. I was like, this dude had 13 sacks for the Saints, and he had 14 for them last year. I'm like, who the f is Trey Hendrickson? But he is a beast, though.
Bengals spending that money, huh? Okay, Ryan Foley.
Hey, so
their 2 losses was Alden Tate and Cadell Hodge. Shout out to Tate and Hodge, baby. We got them on the Falcons, baby.
There you go. And then one more player to look out for is Eli Apple. Nah, don't look out for Eli Apple. He's trash.
Crush him up.
Garbage.
Crush him up.
Trash.
Drake London, that's the mismatch right there.
Who day?
Where's Eli?
Trash.
Where's he at? There he is.
All right, so they were 13th total offense, 70 passing yards, 23rd in rushing yards. That's crazy. I thought it'd be better with Joe Mixon, but it is what it is. And they were 18th in total yards allowed, so 26th in passing yards, mostly because of Eli Apple trash ass getting burned. They were 5th in rushing yards. So they're another team who know how to stop the run. There's a pattern in these away games. Most of these teams know how to stop the run. Yeah.
And the one thing that we was told, like I keep saying, that's why some of these journalists believe the Falcons won't win these a certain amount of games, because like some of the people say, they don't run the ball well and they don't stop the run. And you're hearing this from Bodie's breakdown of some of these teams that we play in these away games. They run the ball. So from Seattle, sorry as they are, 11th in rushing yard, they run the ball. And with Drew Lock this year, you're going to see Kenneth Walker's also over there too as well, the running back.
Yes.
We talked about Kenneth on Sunday about how he's in the offensive rookie of the year candidate. So that means that
Chris Carson retired.
Chris Carson, that's right. He did retire. He had the injury, but that means it's going to be a lot more carries for Kenneth now. So we're going to see Kenneth week 3. We're going to see Penny week 3. And Falcons fans, as you hear from week 3 to week 5 to week 7, week 2, we got some tough games on the road. So, Bodie, yes, please continue. Cincinnati, that was a good breakdown right there.
All right, so we're going to week 10. Goddamn Carolina Panthers.
Dub.
18. Yeah, that's a dub. I don't care. Key additions: Baker Mayfield, Ikem Ekwonu, their draft pick, their rookie. Exactly.
Who?
Matt Ioannidis.
Who?
And Matt Corral. He's gonna take Baker's job.
The quarterback.
Yeah, Matt Corral.
We'll chase that. Oh yeah. Easy dub.
Easy dub.
Can we just skip the Panthers and just go to the next? No, but go ahead. We got to know about this NFC rivalry, this matchup, because we will be there. Thursday night game, Amazon TV. We will be there.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna see. We're gonna get their ass. They're gonna get their ass. Key subtraction. Stefan Gilmore. They lost Stefan Gilmore, but didn't they trade for him in the middle of last season? Was that?
Yeah, they gave up something for him because I remember he came off of injury or something, and then they brought him in, and then he just got torched. And then Horn went down, the other cornerback.
Yeah, Horn went down. But I ain't gonna lie, they got decent corners. They're gonna be fine. They don't need Stefan Gilmore. All right. Players to watch for. Baker Mayfield.
Who?
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey, if he stay on the field, he might not make it to week 10. You know how he is. That's tough. DJ Moore. He's solid. Was that Anderson? Robbie Anderson? They call him Robbie with IE. He don't like Robbie with a Y.
Didn't he change his name after he got hit?
He changed his name after
Eric Harris.
Eric Harris, I don't want the IE no more. I don't want the Y no more.
Eric Harris hit him.
The IE make him sound like a little itch. Anyway. Yeah, everybody else is bums. Nobody cares. Anyway, they were 30th in total offense with Sam Darnold leading the way. 29th in passing yards.
Put him back out there, coach.
And 20th in rushing. Jesus Christ. Their defense was solid, though. I hate to say it. They were second in yards allowed, fourth in passing yards allowed. They had a solid secondary, 18th in rushing yards. So there's that. Man, it's a dub. Okay, next.
Next.
Week 12 versus the Commanders. That's weird to say. Key additions is Carson Wentz. He's boo-boo. He's trash. I'm sorry.
It's a dub against it's a dub against the Commanders.
It should be a dub. Jahan Dotson's rookie wide receiver. They brought him in with next to Scary Terry. Key losses was Ryan Fitzpatrick, who they should have probably kept him because I think he's better than damn Wentz. And that's about it because they went to go get Carson Wentz. So that was all they could bring in was just Carson and that rookie, and the other rookie they got. So they couldn't spend no money. All right, so players to watch for, of course, Carson Wentz. I mean, dude got the new
addition.
Talent.
You got to watch it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you got to watch for the new addition. You got the talent, but don't put it together. You see how the Colts gave up on him. Scary Terry, he's tough.
Yeah,
he's tough.
He's one of the reasons why we lost the game last year against the Commanders.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Antonio Gibson, a decent running back, good running back.
Yeah.
And Chase Young. Chase Young is gonna give our O-lines fits because that dude is ridiculous. They D-line in general is ridiculous. So watch out for all them guys. They were 21st in total offense, so they're 21st in passing yards and 12th in rushing yards. So like I said, Antonio Gibson, he can run that ball a little bit. And they were 22nd on defense in yards allowed. That's in the back of the pack. 29th in passing yards. So I expect Mariota to have 400 yards and 4 touchdowns in this game. And 8th in rushing yards, though. Like I said, 8th in rushing yards. Another tough team to run the ball against.
Yeah, Gibson and the other running back was eating us up last season. So I remember that game pretty well.
Yeah, that one and us trying to run against them is going to be tough.
Yeah.
That D-line is no bullshit. They not playing. Okay. Week 14.
And Falcons fans, that's y'all just joining in. We're doing Bodie's breakdown here on One Time for the Fan. It's every Wednesday at 8:30. Bodie's right here going over the away games this season, the teams that we play against. Though, Falcons fans do believe, hey, we're going to get these 9 wins. Yeah, I'm a fan that believes we're going to get 8 wins or more. And I'm hearing about these away games. And, of course, we did well on the road last season, but we have some very tough teams this season. I do think the Falcons can put a game plan together to win some of these games. But hearing Bodie's breakdown right now of some of these teams that love to run the ball and they have a good run defense, and you're hearing the Falcons who had trouble with that in the past, it's going to open up opportunities in the passing game. So that's where your Drake London, your Brian Edwards, Kyle Pitts. It's time for these guys to really step up. They have major roles this season. Seeing some of the teams that we play against, hearing these defenses and their ranks from last season. Now you get the feeling of why some of these journalists would say, oh, the Falcons can't win no more than 3 games or 4 games. Looking at how Bodie's breaking down just the away games. Just the away teams. Bodie's breaking down right now.
We got to go try to go on the road to run the ball against these teams with great run defenses.
Yeah.
I mean,
and one thing he also is not mentioning is the hostile environments in some of these stadiums. Seattle's going to be a hostile environment. It's going to be loud in there. The Rams, they're Super Bowl champions week 2, could be pretty loud in there. But, Cincinnati, they get pretty loud, their fan base. The Saints, they also get pretty loud. Carolina, that's a dub. Tampa fans don't really get loud no more. They just
they got their ring. They spoiled.
Yeah, they're wearing Patriot Tom Brady jerseys in the crowd. They're just
crazy, ain't it?
They're just all over the place. But hearing this Bodie's breakdown, we got so much to go over right now. Every Wednesday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Bodie, please continue. We just went over Cincinnati, Carolina. We got a couple more teams here. Don't forget, Rise Up Touring One Time for the Fan. We're going on the road this season. We're going to be at every away game. So we have meet and greets on the Friday and the Saturday. So I'll give y'all that information. Bodie with the breakdown. Please continue, sir.
Week 14. I know y'all know who we face. Week 14 is the damn Aints, man. Goddamn Aints.
Shout out to Anthony checking in from OKC.
Yeah,
first time here.
Bro. Hey, man. Yeah, shout out. The goddamn Aints. Week 14. Key additions because they suck anyway.
There's a new coach.
Yeah, he's on there. Yeah, I got him right here in my notes. I do. Dennis Allen.
Let's go.
Which he's been a head coach before. Yeah, that's the first person I got on here. Dennis Allen. He got promoted in Sean Payton's staff to be the head coach. He's been a head coach in this league before, and he sucked eggs. He sucks. I don't care what you say. Evan sucks. Okay?
Offense trash. Defense trash.
He just trash. Everything trash. Everything that's going to come out of my mouth is goddamn trash.
Out of somebody else now. We'll diss the hell out of another team.
Trash. Jarvis Landry. Trash.
Yeah.
Tyrann Mathieu. Trash.
Oh, gosh.
Chris Olave. Trash.
Gosh.
I'm sorry.
Bring out the bags.
God.
Trash bags in the chat. Hashtag trash bag to the Saints in the chat.
Trash bags. All right. And here are the smart dudes who left the goddamn Saints, okay? These are smart guys. This is what I put down right here in my notes. Smart guys.
Smart guys. Yeah, they got the hell out of town.
Sean Payton. Well, I still don't like him.
NFL was about to crack down on him.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, let me exit stage left. Marcus Williams, he left.
Oop.
So, Teron Armstead.
Yeah, he went to the
where'd he go?
Dolphins.
Dolphins? Is it?
I think it's the Dolphins. Yeah, he's blocking for Tua.
Yeah, congrats. Get out of there. Malcolm Jenkins. He's about 45 years old, and he got out of there. And Quan Alexander, he's gone.
Yeah, Quan's gone.
Players to watch for, I guess. Jameis Winston.
Crab legs?
Crab legs. Famous Jameis. Jesus. Slant man.
Oh, Slant Man. That's right. They keep showing clips of Slant Man online. I'm like,
if y'all know who Slant Man is goddamn Michael Thomas.
Slant Man.
Bum ass.
95% of his routes is slants. Either it's 3 yard, 5 yard, 7 yard. It's a slant.
Yeah. Every year he get 140 catches because he catches slants.
Easy slants.
Bum ass Cam Jordan. Bum.
It's about time for him to retire too. It's about time for him to get up out of there.
Rickety Walker, Cam Jordan, DeMario Davis, bum ass. Okay. Honey Badger, you gotta watch out for his bum ass.
That's right.
Now. He over
That's
there.
right.
And Alvin Kamara's bum ass.
Who should be suspended week 1. I don't know why the NFL hasn't stepped up yet. Roger, hey Siri. It's time to hit up. The NFL needs to look at Alvin Kamara. He did attack an innocent young man on the strip of Las Vegas who was just trying to get home to his family to feed his kids.
Yeah, so
and here comes Kamara with the shenanigans.
Yeah, with his rich ass, like he got to be out here fighting,
chain swinging out there. You got $100,000 chain on, you throwing punches.
Man, sit your ass down. Anyway, moving on. They were 28th in total offense last year. Dead fucking last in passing yards. They had the least passing yards in the entire league. They were 32nd.
Trash.
Fucking trash. Okay.
We'll be there, Falcons fans. One time for the fan
rising tour.
That
trash.
We'll be there. Bodie will be down there in New Orleans too as well to watch this trash on the
trash. Yeah. 15th in total rushing yards. So they're milling and packing rushing yards. I will say they trash ass had 7th. They were 7th in yards allowed.
Mm-hmm.
So 14th in passing yards allowed and 4th in rushing yards allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the fucking pattern? Still, we gotta go on a road. Literally, I think one team that had a bad. All these teams got good rush defenses.
Mm-hmm.
All of them knocking stuff over.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're telling the truth though. You got to bring the facts. We got to bring the facts.
Crazy. That's crazy. So I'm done talking about them. My mouth is. I'm almost threw up a little bit. Anyway, last home away game is Week 15 versus Baltimore. It's gonna be a tough one because it's damn New Year. No, it's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. We will be there. Definitely gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. Key additions. Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Anderson.
Mm-hmm. Who's getting smoked right now at practice? I've seen the videos. Undrafted free agents are just. I don't know if he's going 100% or not, but he's getting smoked. Well, go ahead.
Sheesh. And they got Marcus Williams from the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it for the additions. They didn't need that much. But their key losses was Hollywood Brown.
Mm-hmm. Big loss.
Yeah, big loss. Sammy Watkins.
Mm-hmm.
And Tavon Young. So
and Devontae Freeman.
Oh yeah, Devontae. I didn't put that Mike Davis. I didn't put that as a key loss. Oh, I was getting there too. Because it wasn't that key because he didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. I didn't. I put Mike Davis in players to watch for. No, I didn't. I did that as a joke because this dude sucks. Anyway.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Lamar Jackson, of course, gotta watch for him.
Definitely.
Mark Andrews, Marlon Humphrey, J.K. Dobbins. I'm sorry, J.K. Dobbins. He's gonna be back and he's actually solid. So we'll see how that goes. The offense is actually 6th in total offense, which is crazy. They were 13th in the passing yards. And 3rd in rushing yards, thanks to Lamar.
Yeah, yeah. Which is another key to matchup to watch for is that Baltimore offensive line against the Falcons defense. Because if they block 5-10 seconds for Lamar as he's running around, if you can't get to him, that line is known to block for Lamar for real. As you can hear the rushing yards now, what they've allowed and what they've gained in the past couple seasons with Lamar. He is like their prime running back outside of their running backs. So, starts off on the left, ends up on the right. Falcons defense, you got to be prepared for that. Go ahead, bud.
All right, and they were 26th in defense yards allowed. So that's pretty low.
Yeah.
You think about it. That's actually pretty low.
Did they even make the playoffs though?
I mean, they had a dynamic offense.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. They had a dynamic offense. So their defense was they were they were dead last in passing yards. So throw on them easily. You can throw on them. And rushing yards, you can't run on them though. Because they were number one.
Here we go again.
We're number one. Ain't that a bitch? They were number one. You see all of this? Okay. As I wrap up my breakdown, there's a common theme here. It's going to be hard to run the ball on the goddamn road. Every last one of these teams are in top 10.
Baltimore's fan base is a hostile environment. It's going to be pretty loud.
The hostile environment.
Cold as well.
Compared to the team and the stats. The stats numbers don't lie. All these teams are top 10 in rushing defense. So if we make the playoffs this year, it's going to be on that arm.
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota. And I'm done.
Bodie's breakdown. God damn. That was Hey, man, let me tell you something.
I took a lot.
There's some times where Bodie's breakdown could be 5 minutes, could be 10 minutes. But when you do a breakdown that's over 30 minutes, you are really trying to explain everything that you got right there in notes. And he brought the facts. You hear it right there in Bodie's, which is what he's saying. This season is not going to be as easy as Falcon fans think, even though I think the Falcons can win about 8 or 9 games and reach the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And a lot of Falcon fans will say, "Hi, you tripping?" It's going to rely a lot on Marcus Mariota and that arm and that passing game.
That arm.
Your run game will open up a couple lanes. If you do end up having, let's just say the Falcons end up having a top 15 run offense. Let's just say they do. Mm-hmm. Have one of the best rushing attacks in the league this year. That would be surprising. Because look what Bodie's telling you right now. These are the away games. We ain't talking about the whole games. The away games, you have to go on the road in some heavy hostile environments. That play count's got to be on point. Mm-hmm. That game management, that clock management has to be on point, and you have to know how to run the ball.
Man, it's gonna
and when
be
it
tough.
comes to some of these teams, you got to know how to stop the run too as well. We heard about that with the Falcons not being able to do that in the past. But with Bodie's breakdown, what I'm hearing is there's going to be some teams, even Seattle, Falcons fans. Oh, that's a dub. That's a dub. But you got to sit there and watch Penny and Kenneth Walker get fucking 15, 20 carries, 25 carries. And your defense has to be able to have to get to it. So, yes, Bodie's breakdown, another spot-on performance from Bodie. Every Wednesday, right here on One Time for the Fan. But hearing Bodie's breakdown, that was a lot right there, bro. I was excited because I'm going to these away games. So it's a lot to hear. And then I get the chance to go back. This is going to be saved on the Bodie's breakdown playlist. So Falcons fans, remember as the season starts, go back and check out the video of what Bodie's saying. He's giving you a scouting report already of some of these road games. So don't get out there against Seattle and be like, why the hell Kenneth Walker and Rashard Perry running the ball like this? I didn't know they were that good. Yeah, Bodie Ben told you they can run the ball.
They can run the ball. Rashad Penny's that dude. Kenneth Walker's tough.
Don't get out there against the Ravens and say, why the hell the Falcons gave up 2 touchdowns with Lamar running the ball and got 150 on the ground. He's telling you right now about how good some of these run defenses and some of these run offenses are. Otherwise, what team, from what you name, what team has the worst run defense? Like,
I was just going to say that. It's the Panthers, I believe. Let me go back and look. It's the Panthers. No, Seattle's 17th last year. And the Panthers were, give me a second, 18th. 18th.
Okay. So
all the other teams are top 10 in rushing defense last year. And that's out of 8 teams, 6 of them were top 10 rushing defense last year on the road.
So, Falcons fans, if you're going off of paper now, right? This is why some of the journalists, and we talked about it the other day, this is why some of the journalists don't believe that we're going to win no more than 2, 3, or 4 games, or even Vegas. Bodie's telling you right here, there's some heavy-ass run defenses you got to go up against this year. And you got to be able to stop the run. Is this your 2016 season where your rookies are going to take you to the Super Bowl? You know? Is this the season where Deion Jones, Keanu Neal, all these guys came on and it was like, oh my gosh, these guys are fantastic. Yeah. Arnold Ebiketie, can he do it? D'Angelo Malone. You know, we got some undrafted free agents who might make the team. AJ Terrell's right now, top 5. Casey Hayward, top 10, top 15. It's going to be some tough-ass games this season, Falcons fans. But I'm glad Bodie was able to break down to me because, hell, I go to these games and I'm just going to sit over here and like, well, Bodie talked about this shit. Now we're in the fourth quarter where this motherfucker got 200 yards on the ground.
Boy.
It can happen. But hearing what they did last season and how they're trying to improve, like the Bengals. Ryan Foley's here. He's a Bengals fan. They've improved in some areas where it can help them reach another Super Bowl again. Like you said, they brought in an offensive lineman who's pretty damn good, right?
Yeah.
Burrow was sacked 70 times last season, right? They're trying to address the problem.
They brought in 3 offensive linemen.
They brought in 3 offensive linemen to address the problem. Same for the Falcons. I know the money situation and, you know, the free agents, but don't forget next season, Falcons fans, we got the bread to spend. Got the bread to spend. So let's try to make it through this season. Hopefully, let's get over the hump. So when I talked to the journalists, right, Bodie, and this is crazy. I asked them, So is making the playoffs shocking the world? Like Falcons, some fans are like, we're going to shock the world. So is making the playoffs shocking the world? Because, I mean, is this roster built for a Super Bowl? We don't know, but I think shocking the world is having a good season and winning more games than what Vegas expects. It said 5 games. Let's just say we do win 9 and go to the playoffs. It's not a shock the world. It's just playing football. Going to the Super Bowl is shocking the damn world. But, it's just playing football if you can win 8 or 9 games. The NFC has shown with those extra teams added, you can sneak in the playoffs in the NFC. It comes down to literally week 15, 16, 17 for most teams right now in the NFC. AFC, they got that shit locked up early. They're like, oh, shit. They're sitting there waiting for the playoffs since week 12, week 13. But for the NFC, you can sneak in. But hearing Bodie's breakdown, Falcons fans, the home games, don't forget about Cleveland. Don't forget about Arizona, New Year's. We still got to see the Saints week 1.
Well, you can probably guess what the breakdown going to be for next week.
There it goes. San Fran and the Chargers.
And those are away games.
I'm big on coaching. That's why I believe the Falcons can also overcome that hump from last year and win 8 or 9 games. Because coaching was a big part of what the Falcons did last season to win. Though Matt Ryan put his team on his back against the Giants, the Dolphins, Kyle Pitts was involved with that. The defense in the Giants game, the interception. Certain games you can see the Saints game down in New Orleans, Ryan and Patterson in the fourth quarter, the Dolphins game with Ryan and Pitts. You can see that there were some games where Ryan had to put the team on his back, but also coaching to put us in those positions for us to be down that close in the fourth quarter. On some of the away games, the Washington game, blew it. Carolina game, you blew it. But some of the away games, the Falcons going to have that same, strategy from last season of, look, we can win a bunch of road games if we go out here and play good on the road. But at home, we got to win some too. And that's why I believe the Falcons can sneak into the playoffs and get some wins. So I'm glad to hear Bodie's breakdown of the away games. I have a very good feeling that next week will probably be the home games. And we have a lot to go over, man. The run defense, the run offense, the passing defense, the passing offense. Bodie was spot on with this once again. That was a lot, Bodie. Shout out to Bodie, man.
Oh, man.
That was a lot.
I'm here for y'all, man. I'm here for y'all.
With the baby?
With that baby.
With the baby, man. There. We going to the chat.
Oh, man.
We well over the hour mark. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here shortly. Ryan Foley, Montana State checking in. Big Bengals fan. Ryan, if you're going to the Cincinnati Falcons game, let's link up at the game. Ryan should be back on the show with us for that scouting report too as well. So you guys get to argue and debate a little bit, Bodie. Bring that same information to the table, because we're going to have a good time this season talking about the Falcons and some of these teams that they play against. Chase Cravey, AJ finna get his redemption, put him on island.
Absolutely.
Son. He's talking about AJ Terrell and Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, yep.
Ryan's right there. They loading up. Ryan got a nice picture like that. If that's Montana State in the background, that's pretty cool. That's Montana right there. That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I'm sure probably is.
That's a good shot. The Ohio State, Ice Cold talking about Chris Olave.
Oh, well, I thought you were talking about Slant Man too.
Slant Man.
We're running a damn Slant Man, right?
Going to Chase. CP and our new rookie going to take care of us. I finally believe that. Hey, there's a lot going on with this Falcons team. Kyle Pitts. Our offense has got a little bit better. I see some of the journalists saying that they don't want to, give them past 4 wins or 5 wins because they haven't seen this new offense play. They're not going off of Drake London's college stats and they want to see players that can play right now that's already been in the league doing what they have to do. And
so they're not counting that.
They're not counting.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
They don't want to hear Honor Ebiketie had this many sacks in college and how good he was, and this guy was conference player of the USA. Until they get out there and play, then they'll start changing up their predictions. But right now, looking at it, they got our back against the wall right now.
Yeah. And real quick, I just want to throw it out there for folks who didn't know what the Falcons ranked last year. Falcons were 29th in total offense, 16th in passing yards because of Matt Ryan, of course. And we were 31st in rushing yards. So, I mean, we got better in the running back room. But last year we were 31st in rushing yards.
Mm-hmm.
So
we still haven't had a running back hit 1,000 yards. Like that's one thing the Falcons need is a.
When the last time was
back.
that? Damn. Okay, I guess it was Freeman.
So long ago. So long ago.
And defense, real quick, is 26th in total yards allowed, 18th in passing yards, which ain't bad. I mean, it's not good, but it ain't bad either. But now we improved in secondary, so I expect that to go up. I expect us to be closer to 10s in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And 27th in rushing yards allowed. So, yeah, we can't stop the run, at least not last year.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't tackle either. The only person that could tackle on that team was Foye Olakun.
Mm-hmm. Who led the league in tackles, which is surprising, but he's off. He's gone to Jacksonville. But if you look at it now, right, the Falcons, you're hearing the rankings of what the Falcons did last season with their stats, team stats from the, passing yards allowed, running yards allowed, what their ranking were. Now this season, they kind of improved on that. They gave a little bit more depth to their running back room. Damien Williams is a speed burst, elusive running back coming from Kansas City. That's Chicago. He won the Super Bowl with Kansas City. Tyler Algier was one of the best running backs in college football. He's top 3, if not number 1. He's damn near really damn good in college football.
Literally.
D'Angelo Malone, he's Conference USA Player of the Year twice. He's Western Kentucky's all-time sack leader. We're talking about this in a positive light. Falcon fans like, oh, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. The journalists don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear that. They don't care about no damn top 5 in sacks or top 10 in interceptions. They don't want to hear it.
Defensive player of the year. They don't give a shit about that. They don't give a shit. That Algier ran for 1,600 yards.
Yep.
They don't give a damn.
Yep. So hearing that now, that's why these podcasts, like One Time for the Fan, we bring that positive energy to the platform. We bring a light that lets y'all say, okay, you know what? One Time for the Fan has a point here. If these players can gel, listen to these breakdowns, listen to these rookie reports that we're doing. We're trying to put y'all up on game. You know what I'm saying? So that way Falcon fans just go into the season knowing that, 2 podcasters talked about this before the season started. And then when the season starts, things got to play out. You know what I mean? We want the Falcons to win as many games as possible. If the Falcons end up going to the playoffs, y'all finna be out there buying up the merch. If it's a home game, y'all ass finna be in the bins.
Yeah, buy all the hats out of dicks. Just like when damn Braves went to the goddamn.
Don't let us get to the NFC Championship game.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. They counting out Mariota. Mariota got probably the biggest chip on his shoulder this season.
Yeah.
Anybody on the team, it's Mariota. It's not Grady. Grady's been on the team. He's been to the Super Bowl. He knows how to rebuild and help these young players out. The one player on the team who right now everybody's looking at, and that's why Arthur Smith, and we'll talk about this right now. We're gonna go to 11:30. We got 8 minutes, Bodie. You good?
I'm good.
We'll go to 9:30. And this is another thing too, Falcons fans. It's a 1 hour show. We went over to 1 hour. We're gonna go to 9:30 because we are Falcons fans. We are diehard fans. When it comes to talking Falcons football, if we're going and we're getting, that energy's there, we got to keep going. We got to let this, ride out. But we're gonna stop the show in a couple minutes. But for the Falcons fan base, I mean, I just have my notes right here. For the Falcons fan base, like I said, we're gonna try to bring as much content as we can to you guys. Go into the chat here too as well. Did y'all see the pic of Drake London standing next to Roddy White today at camp? I didn't realize how tall London is. He's pretty damn tall.
Yeah. He's a big guy. He is definitely bigger than Roddy. And Roddy ain't a small dude.
Yeah, Roddy was like, "What's so? What you doing, Drake?"
Yeah.
Lisa Shepard Chase did meet him. Chat's going crazy tonight. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to Anthony checking in. Lisa Shepard. Let's see. Ice Cold is in here. Sade is in here. He's talking about Alvin Kamara. They haven't suspended him because he keeps getting his case pushed back.
It makes sense.
Paying the league, huh? Paying the league off, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'll be at the Baltimore game. Gonna be cold.
Yeah, bundle up.
We'll be there. We'll be there. Y'all going to the open practice at the Benz? We'll be there too.
Already.
Troy Anderson is your QB spy. Troy Anderson gonna be everywhere.
He's gonna be all over the field. I can't wait. I think he's gonna start week 1. Personally, that's just me.
Stanley.
That's my mom.
Shout out to Stanley Jones.
Jones.
In here checking in for the Jones family. It all starts up front, both sides. Battle is always won in the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
You were right about that, Ryan. Ice Cold Wolf, Ryan Foley. He said that's Mount Rainier in Washington.
Oh.
Traveling Manu.
Hey, that's tough.
Chip on the shoulder. Marcus Mariota. Arthur Smith was asked today about Marcus's leadership. Somebody tried to get the spin on Marcus Mariota. We're going to wrap up this show here shortly, but yeah, today in presser, right at the camp, somebody asked Coach about Marcus Mariota's leadership skills compared to Matt Ryan's leadership skills. And once again, when you got Coach Smith on the mic after camp, he's fired up, man. He don't want to hear that shit.
Trying to hear it. He ain't trying to hear it.
Stop pissing off Coach Smith. You guys just don't get it. He's not a big fan of the journalists. Not a big fan. He was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because they ask stupid ass questions.
Leadership style of Marcus Mariota. Does he have it?
Is it going to be different than Matt? Yeah, everybody has different leadership styles, is what Coach said.
Coach had to go and break down. Tannehill's different. Ryan Fitzpatrick's different. Campbell's different. Scott was different. He started just naming quarterbacks. He just thought, I like saying the coach is going down the line on this one. The other day, he had the presser too as well with the iPhone. He was like, you want predictions? Go look at the iPhone 14, see what they say about the predictions. You guys want to kick out of that. Stop pissing off Coach.
Literally said that Matt Ryan was more fiery, and that I guess he was implying that Matt would be a better leader than damn Marcus. But you know how many I'm gonna throw out these F-bombs. You know how many people are just doubting Marcus this year? Like they just really think Marcus ass. Like he not ass.
Yeah.
He's
ain't gonna he
ain't ass.
I was at camp. The boy, he got speed. He still has some run in him. The way he got he's only 28. The way he got out the pocket on just some of those scrambles, and I know it's shorts and t-shirts, or as the one fan said on the chat the other day, it's the underwear Olympics. But I know in shorts and t-shirts still, what they show on the practice field outside versus inside the facility is totally different. But what we seen out there as fans was a quarterback who he still got it, man. Yeah. The dimes to Pitts, the dimes to London, the passes across the middle to Tate. We've seen it. Like he has an arm. He can still throw. Chase was there. The play action was on point, and the scrambles were on point. I got the video. We posted it on One Time for the Fan on Facebook. Go back and check the video, Falcons fans. Mariota he had about 4 rushing touchdowns since training camp started. Some from like 5 yards out, some from 10 yards out. He also had a couple he got like a 30, 40-yard run, and guess who stopped him? Troy Anderson. I sent Ryan Foley the video. I was like, look who stopped Marcus Mariota on a 20-yard scramble downfield coming off of a block, blindside block. Troy's out there like, what the?
Yeah.
Come on,
I'm
man.
sorry. I'm sorry that Mariota couldn't become this Hall of Fame quarterback that everybody thought he was going to be when he got picked 2nd overall in that draft. I'm sorry. Okay? It don't happen for everybody. I've seen worse. I've seen better, and I've seen worse. Marcus is an average quarterback to me.
So Ice Cold Wolf said, but he's asking to compare the two, right? Y'all are going from a Hall of Famer to a clipboard holder, right? So here's what's going on, Ice Cold. He's trying to bait Smith into a question that Smith will say, well, you can't. Marcus's leadership skills is nowhere near Matt Ryan's.
He wants
so that way they can spin it and then say Coach doesn't have trust in Mariota's leadership skills. That's why Coach said, why don't you ask the guys in the locker room who believes in them?
Because that will be a damn headline.
Everybody talk to Marcus himself.
Yeah. Go
ask Marcus himself, is he a leader? Oh, he sounds like a real quiet guy. He's real shy. He doesn't say much. What does that have to do with anything when it comes to being a leader? Marcus is you don't see him in the locker room like that all the time. You don't see him in the group chats with the guys. You don't see him in the film room.
Yeah.
If anybody had a problem on the team, you would have heard it like Robbie Anderson said before Baker got to Carolina. No, don't bring him. Falcons don't play about keeping things under wraps. Ain't no social media video coming out of no interview. Yeah, man, this guy, you trash, dog. Falcons don't play that, man. It's a real, I don't want to take that word from Quinn, but it's a real brotherhood from the organization down to the players. They believe in one another. And I think Falcons fans, you guys should believe in them too.
Yeah.
Going over the last segment here before we get it wrapped up now. Chase is in the chat. Ice Cold Wolf. Shout out to everybody who's in here showing love to One Time for the Fan every Sunday, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. It's an hour show, but as you can see, we're over an hour and a half now. We're about to wrap it up, but I got a couple players for y'all to watch for coming up here in camp. Before we wrap it up, Troy Anderson is a player to watch for, right? And I'm not going to name the whole team, you know what I'm saying? So there's a couple players here who's having a solid camp. Bodie, you can chime in on this too as well before we wrap it up. They're having a solid camp. They're getting a lot of reps. Their names getting passed around with the first team, and a lot of coverage. Yep. When I was there, saw the same thing too as well. I'll be back Friday to see some more. Troy Anderson is a player to watch for. Could he make the first team? Could he become the starting middle linebacker? Rashard Evans looks like they're fitting with Rashard and Michael Walker. We don't know about Dion. So right now, if you take away Dion, could be Rashard Evans and Michael Walker. Right?
Yeah.
But Troy Anderson is not that far behind. It's very possible that Troy Anderson, if not getting, his reps week 1 against the Saints, he'll be out there starting. But next week, Friday, all tells who is where. Because that 53 starts cutting down on the 16th. Next week, Friday's Falcons Lions. I can't wait for that. Troy Anderson is a player to watch. Timothy Horn, nose tackle, is a player to watch. He had a couple sacks. I know it was, shorts and T-shirts, but they still lined up. They still scrimmage. They still compete. Coach Smith ain't about shorts and T-shirts when Coach Smith is out there looking at who's playing where. That's why Elijah Wilkinson is out there in the starting line. He was out there in shorts and T-shirts. He's out there in pads too with the starting O-line. So all that, it's just shorts and T. Yeah, they're competing though.
Yes,
Timothy Horn is a player to watch. Vincent Taylor's down. They need a nose tackle. This is an undrafted free agent. Somebody to watch. Derek Tangelo, another one, nose tackle. A guy who is getting some significant reps. You saw the video with him versus your starting left guard last season, Jalen Mayfield. Then he had another one with Drew Dahlman. He's had 3 solid days so far. I put the video up on One Time for the Fan on Facebook. Player to watch, Derek Tangelo from Penn State. Chip on his shoulder. It would also be nice to pair him next to Arnold Ebiketie too as well. That communication.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, remember what we did against USA? They're doing the same shit. They talking to each other on the field. Hey, bro, remember that?
Get out there and let you slide on them.
Derek Tangelo, Troy Anderson, Timothy Horn. Falcons were moving to the wide receivers. Geronimo Allison. Geronimo Allison.
That's
when I was out there. That's a name to watch because he is like one of your veterans in that wide receiver group. He's played with Aaron Rodgers. He's played at a high level before. I understand, from the Packers, it kind of went like this. But now with the Falcons wide receiver group, he's starting to look at his career like, if I make this 53, I can really revamp my career.
Yeah.
And it's a way that the Falcons need a wide receiver group that's going to be pretty deep this season. Geronimo Allison, that 6'2", 6'3" receiver mode that they're trying to fit. When I was out there and what I'm hearing so far, Geronimo Allison he's looking pretty good. Player to watch for. Another one. I know he had the 2 blown coverages. One against Drake London, the other one the other day yesterday, I think it was against the fullback. But Mike Ford in the slot. Isaiah Oliver, of course, fans expect him to be on the team. But otherwise than Isaiah, Mike Ford is a player to watch. Darren Hall, too, is another player to watch. Another cornerback to look for. And these are all players to look for next week, Friday, guys. So be prepared next week Friday against the Lions. You're going to see Derek Tangelo out there. So when he's out there, just remember, oh shit, that guy. If he comes up with 2 or 3 sacks, just know that he's had a solid training camp so far.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Anderson, Timothy Horn, Geronimo Allison, Mike Ford, Tease Tabor, the safety. So I'm just going to go out there and just say I think Tease is a low-key player who could sneak into that 53. Every time I seen him at camp, he's hunting. He's hunting for a big hit. I don't know if it's going to lead to a 15-yard penalty when the season starts or not. But we'll find out next Friday. But Tease Tabor is a player. He came over from the Bears. Notice now, 2 players that came over from the Bears is competing with Falcons players that y'all didn't even know about. Elijah Wilkinson came from the Bears. He's now probably going to be your starting left guard. And Tease Tabor could possibly be your 3rd or 4th safety. Elijah Wilkinson, he's on the list too as well. Drew Dahlman. Why is Drew Dahlman on the list? Because he's probably going to take Matt Hennessy's job.
Looking that way.
2 of your 3 positions that Arthur Smith said is up for grabs. We just named 2 of them right now. Elijah Wilkinson at left guard, Drew Dahlman at center. Change of the guard, as they say. Another one, and this is going to be this is tough, but Jermaine Ifedi. I think they're going to give McGarry the shot, knowing this is last year. He's bulked up. You'll see him at Camp Bodie when you go out there. He really does look like Thor. He's bulked up pretty damn big. And if he can hold his own, from looking at the notes that I got over training camp the past couple of days, he's been with the first team doing the reps. All the other changes has been going on, but he's been out there with the first team. Though if Ifedi comes in, he's been getting more reps.
Dude, McGarry is a first-round draft pick, and he's a young guy. He's everybody don't come out clicking. He's had 3 years. This is year 4, I think. So yeah, you don't lose anything about giving him a shot. You just get a man a shot. I think the talent is there. He just got to put it all together, man. I'm rooting for McGarry because I know he's the better talent at tackle. Ifedi, he's been around. Ifedi's not bad, but McGarry, I know if he puts it all together, he'll be the better talent at tackle.
Coach says Terry and Coach says best player available. So we're going to find out when the 53 comes out. Next week, Friday, we have 2 more shows. We have a show on Sunday. We have a show next week, Wednesday, and then it is go time because the following show after that will be right after the Falcons-Lions game. The last player that I have on player to watch for, D. Alford, the cornerback. D. Alford is a player to watch for. We'll find out as the training camp starts getting more into it. It's been a week now. Some of these names we've been hearing about for almost 6-7 days now. So as they have a day off tomorrow, Friday we'll be out there one time for the fan. Chase, I think, will be out there Saturday. Chase will be back with us Sunday. But Bodie, I just want to let you know, man, we had a great show tonight.
Great show.
We always talk about the Atlanta Falcons here on One Time for the Fan. Once again, shout out to the Braves, the Hawks, United, the Dogs, not Tech. But, we always just show love to all the other teams here in Atlanta. But the show here is about the Falcons. And, we went over some training camp news today. Gave y'all some notes about that. Vincent Taylor out for the season. Next man up. Terry still scouting rosters. Arthur Smith said moves will be made. One person says it on Monday. Another person says something on Tuesday. Let's trust the organization and what they're about to do here because anything can happen. Falcons players to watch for. We went over that. Deion Jones, is he here to stay? The failed trade attempts, the injury, they're not really fired up to say we want Deion back and get him in the locker room. And as soon as he's back from his injury, we're not hearing that. We're kind of like day to day, like, oh, we'll find out about Deion's next week. And then you're hearing about the failed trade attempts, and it's like, there you go, guys, with that behind the closed door stuff again. But the Falcons organization is a private organization. They don't want to put nothing out like that. They don't want to, even with the Ridley situation, they kept that shit tight. Yeah,
they knew about that shit. But
the Julio situation, I guarantee you they knew about that shit. I guarantee you they was like, you know what? What's the first thing we got to do? Bro, we got to get rid of Julio.
They knew about that.
Telling you. They get in the press conference and laughing with you. Yeah, everything. Yeah. Behind the closed door.
Everything's great, yeah. Yeah. That's the shit they be pulling. You're right.
It's kind of like when they did the Bin Laden thing and the president is at the dinner and he's laughing with the jokes and he's like, yeah, they're telling jokes at the dinner. behind the scenes, he's like, man, they about to go get locked out.
I'm about to blow shit up.
They'll tell you in your face something else now, but you see with the Falcons now, they're a tight group. But Terry has came and has changed this organization. I think we'll talk about that on Sunday's episode, what Terry Fontenot has done for the Atlanta Falcons so far. We'll talk about that. Upcoming events. Sunday, I'll give y'all some information on the Desmond Ridder rookie report. Desmond Ridder, D'Angelo Malone, Tyler Algier, Justin Schaefer, and John and Fitzpatrick. We're going to get all those rookie reports in definitely before week 1. I look to cram everything in as quick as possible. So I'll give y'all some information on the rookie report for Desmond Ridder coming up on Sunday. Next week, Wednesday, another Bodie's breakdown. I'll be over there at training camp on Friday. We might do a pop-up show Friday night. We might not do a pop-up show. But next week, Friday, Falcons, Lions, it is go time. It is go time. Our boys, our Dirty Birds, they are playing next week, Friday. So we're going to be watching the game. And then as soon as the game is over, as soon as the clock strikes 0, hell, there might be 1 minute left on the clock. We will go live right here on One Time for the Fan. We will do a breakdown of the game. We'll talk about some players to watch for, who's getting cut on Tuesday, who's not getting cut on Tuesday. There's going to be a lot going on. There's going to be a whole lot of note-taking going on next week, Friday. So 2 more shows, Falcon fans, and then we'll get to it. But shout out to everybody who's been here looking out for One Time for the Fan and supporting.
Shout out if y'all still here, man. I know we pushing 2 hours now.
We about to wrap it up. We about to wrap it up. But we having a good. That's how it is. The energy just flowing, man. So much going on.
There's a lot to get out. I get it. I get it.
We having a good time here on One Time for the Fan. Bodie, any shout outs before we go ahead and wrap it up out?
I say it again. Shout out if y'all still here. Shout out if y'all still rocking with us. Hour and 40 minutes in right now. Shout out to the fans and shout out to my mom and my dad in the chat. Shout out to them. Shout out to training camp. Shout out to competition. Shout out to football. Football is back tomorrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's 2 bum ass teams playing, but I'm still gonna watch.
Yeah.
I need football. Shout out to the Falcons Nation. Shout out to the Falcons. Shout out to Terry. Shout out to Coach Smith talking his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Falcons, man. Just shout out to the Falcons in general.
One Time for the Fan. Every Sunday, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. We have a good time every time we're in here. The chat, the comments, the topics that we bring. We are literally a couple days away from Falcons football against the Lions. It is go time. Once again, tomorrow starts football every week up until February. And we have so much to go over between now and February with the Atlanta Falcons. And then as it gets close to next year, we got some great news to tell y'all. We ain't going to tell y'all just yet, but I'll talk to Bodie about it. One Time for the Fan, we're going to do a lot coming up here with not only just the Falcons, but next year in the offseason. We got some more stuff for you going on. So y'all be excited about that. But yeah, shout out to all the Falcons fans in the chat. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to the channel. Shout out to Terry Fontenot, everybody who's been doing a great job trying to build this team and get things back to normal here in Atlanta. It's a culture change. It's total different. Everything's going to be different here in Atlanta. So, Falcons just have to get some things going the right way. They got to retool, revamp, retool, re-up. Yeah.
All that everything.
Everything. Rise Up Tour, the events, I'll post them on the page. We got meet and greets in LA, got meet and greet in Seattle. So much going on with them. The Rise Up Tour event again is this Saturday. There's another one. So it rained out last weekend. Thomas said, "No, we're gonna do it another weekend." So that's pretty cool that Thomas was able to do that. If y'all got a chance to get out there, I'll post the information on my Twitter. I'll post it on my Facebook page. But yes, One Time for the Fan, we're just trying to do the best. So, of course, before we get up out of here, we got our signature. We always say one time for Terry Fontenot, one time for the Atlanta Falcons, one time for Arthur Smith and the gang, one time for Dirty Bird Nation, the whole Dirty Bird Nation. One time for the haters, because they got some haters out here.
Too many.
Doing something great, and here come the haters. One time for Bodie 3000 on Bodie's breakdown tonight. Spot on once again. Can't wait to see Bodie's breakdown next week, but Friday we'll be there at training camp. Sunday's another show. Man, Bodie, man, I can't wait till next week, Friday. Shout out to everybody who's been tuning in. One time for everybody, one time for all the supporters, one time for all the subscribers. I am your host, Jack Spade. See y'all Sunday. Oh, see y'all training camp Friday. Then I'll see y'all Sunday.
There you go.
Bodie 3000, Jack Spade, one time for the fan, y'all. Peace.
We out.